Hetepu, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, Harun Nefer. This is Qesankh Maat with another exciting video for you. And in this video, we're going to take a look at the tree of life, but more specifically, the three divisions of your spirit. But before I do that, I want you to hit the like button on this video. If this is your first time to my channel, hit the subscribe bell to get notifications on when I go live and when I upload recorded videos. And if you want to know more about my spiritual teachings, you can become a Patreon supporter for as little as $1, $5, or $20 per month. It's up to you, and you can cancel at any time. So become a Patreon supporter and support our efforts. Last but not least, share this video with family and friends so we can get the revolution started. So, Grand Rising, Namaste. I want to take another look at the Kemetic Tree of Life, or the Port Neteru, but this time from an understanding of the three divisions of your spirit. Now, as I talked about in my previous video, our ancestors developed this tree of life as a way of cosmologically looking at your spirit and the powers within it, or I should say the faculties within it. Each sphere, as we see here, and there are 11 of them, is a deity. And those deities are the faculty that resides in your spirit. And the goal is to work on each one, climbing the tree of life at the bottom, starting with Geb, getting up to Osir. Osir is God on earth. You become a living God. And that's really the goal. And many people don't understand, especially in the Christian religion, that Jesus is not so much an outside entity or savior, but he's more of, let we say, an archetype for which you should try and strive to be like. The idea that you could never be Jesus or acquire the same powers as Jesus puts you in a very, very bad situation. This means you'll go through your life depending upon somebody else to save you, when in reality, you can save yourself by using Jesus as your model to aspire to become godlike. And that's what the Kemetic people did with Osir. They understood that the goal in life was to become Osir. And they developed this tree of life as the roadmap to getting there. Now, let's address the three divisions of the spirit. You must understand that we are all not the same. Some of us in society, for example, work on our spiritual development, while others go through their entire life involved in criminal activity, drugs, mayhem, murder. So we are not all equal. And our ancestors, the Kemetic people, saw this. And if we look at the bottom here, we have the Sahu man. This is the type of man that goes through life underdeveloped, going out there and basically doing what emotionally pleases him or her. They are emotionally driven. So they'll do drugs, they'll get involved in crimes, sexual activity, perverted sexual activity, being selfish, stealing, all kinds of backwards and destructive behavior. Again, this is what we classify as the Sahu man. And this is the majority of people in our society and in our world. So our ancestors saw a need for us to transform, to become better than just Sahu. And the next level, as you see we climb up to Maat, is the Ab man. Now this is the Ab, let me go back 1 second. In reference to Sahu man, we'll see that his development is relegated to the lower 3 of the tree of life. Or we could even say 4. Geb, Aset, Heteru, and Sebek. Those are the faculties that Sahu man works with. And those are the only ones that the Sahu man has developed. As I said before, consequently, he or she will be led by their emotions. And they will never go beyond the bottom portion of this tree of life. And you can see very clearly how this represents a lot of people in society. Now, as we climb up to the Eb man, this is the man or woman that has worked on their spiritual development and has reached the level of Ma'at, Haru, and Harukuhudi. They have developed those faculties within their spirit. And we can refer to them as such, Ab-man. They understand divine law, the will, and the enforcement of the law. Ma'at, Haru, and Harukuhudi. So this type of man goes around in our society living truth. Some would say a model citizen, a person who is in alignment with divine law, who worships God, develops their spirit, and helps mankind to develop. That is the Ab man. Now, moving up to Sekert, Tehuti, and Oser, these 3 we call the Oser man. And this is the highest level that a person can obtain while in their physical body, physical form. And they walk around in society as fully developed spiritual beings, so much so that we may call them a sage. These individuals will lead society and give society advice on how to spiritually develop, how to grow, how not to get involved in wayward and backwards behavior, how to prevent wars. These are the individuals that should be leading our society as Oser man or woman. And they are very few, because you see, our society doesn't reward you or praise you for working on your spirituality. You may be rewarded for being a top athlete, an entertainer, but never a man or woman who pursues spiritual excellence. There's no recognition reward, or even promotion of the idea of trying to attain the level of a seer man. You may see these individuals in some sense as Buddhist monks living isolated on some type of mountain, constantly meditating, working on truth, spiritual development. Those are Osir men and women. And that is your goal in working with the Tree of Life. Now, let's go down, because there's one faculty that's very important that we discuss. This is where the realm of Geb, which is physical manifestation of your body, or what you consider as you. This is the Kahabit, or the Kab man or woman, purely emotional, led by their emotions. These type of men and women are destructive to society. And in fact, if given positions of power, what they will do is destroy society. So we must be careful. And unfortunately, I have to say that our world is led by these leaders, these men and women who are nothing but Sahu. When we're looking at politics, for example, and we're thinking about who to vote for as president, we never consider if they are a Sairman or a Sahu. And most often, 99.9%, they are Sahu man. And they get a position of power as leader of the free will, or free world, I should say, and do nothing to help society at large to become better men and women. They just enforce the status quo. More of the same: death, destruction, and mayhem. So as an initiate, or someone into the Kemetic spiritual tradition, your goal is to, what we call as, resurrect Osir, that faculty within you. And you accomplish that by working on the Port Neteru, or the Tree of Life here. So now you have a roadmap or understanding, or a system for classifying different types of men and women, so you can see them and identify them right away. I want to thank you for tuning in today. If this message resonates with you, please donate to the channel. This is Qesankh Maat Keperu, son of Maat and Tahuti. My aunt is the beautiful goddess Heteru. Until my next video, Amen Ra.